Hi guys, hope the microphone picks this up. So I've just pulled up. This is the Rag Inn, absolutely lovely place, and I will drop a link to this if anyone's visiting Cannock Chase. This isn't too far away from Castle Ring, but it's an absolutely gorgeous place. It is an inn, so you can stop here. There is accommodation, I think, for about £125 upwards, but basically it's not too much. Better just check the car actually. I'm sure I've locked it up, but I'll just double check. Make sure it's okay, hopefully I'm not going to drown you out with my voice, because I know last time we were out it had tremendous interference. So yeah, just to alright folks, so this is the Swan Parked, and this is the Rag Inn. Absolutely lovely lady. She allowed me to go in and use their bathroom. They're not actually open till 12 on a weekday. I think they close normal time of an evening, but yeah, just absolutely beautiful place. Great looking venue, and very close to Castle Ring. So if any of you are up on Castle Ring, then this would be a great place to come and visit, or maybe even stop at. So I've just retraced my steps, and what I have found is that as we were coming to Castle Ring on Saturday evening, we drove down New Hayes Road. So we drove from down there, and I'm fairly sure that it wasn't it wasn't until we kind of reached the turning here into Cumber Hill, I think it's called Cumber Hill, Cumberledge Hill, that we saw what we saw. But if that isn't the case, then generally this whole field is just one section. So if we didn't see it from there, we would have seen it from up there, New Hayes Road. And so I'm here now. I'm just going to go for a walk. Now hopefully if I time this right, I can maybe, be in time for the bar to open, and I can have a soft beverage. But I'm really keen to get on here. God knows how. I mean, we saw what we saw, but as you can see, the ferns, I mean, they are way high. I mean, at the moment on the road, from the road level, they're probably about 15 foot high. But we definitely saw what we saw. Oh, that's not a good idea. I mean, if you're on the chase looking for Bigfoot and you see tiny limbs. So I'm just walking down this road a little bit. I'm going to see if I can find a way in. But it's incredible. I'm sure we definitely saw. We had a vantage point of something, and I don't know how far it was. I know there's a path on here, but I don't know if I can get to it. I don't know if there's any access through this bit to it. I think we definitely saw something here. Might have been. There was a fairly low part, but it was definitely open area. Right, I mean, it could have been here. We could have seen something here, over there. I really need to get on there, but I'm trying to find a route in. Any route will do. I'm going to walk down here a little bit. Probably on the wrong side of the road. So you can get a better view from there. I just got to be honest. I mean, it is supposed to be. It's 11:15 right now. It is supposed to be. It is supposed to be like 37 degrees today, but so in a way I'm kind of making the most of the sunshine. What's down there? We've got, looks like somebody's growing something down there. It's quite nice. I've got to find a way in. I know there is a path. I've seen a path on Google Earth. Okay, I mean this is crazy. So we've got like a small, let's call it a creek bed, a little stream. I can see that there's a possibility of, definitely a possibility. There's sort of water running through here. That's interesting. I've got to try and get on there somehow. It's strange to got barbed wire on here. I'm not sure why that would be, because that would have been the perfect place to gain access. But I'm not going to chance going on there with like bloody barbed wire. So all in all, this is a bit of a, the hell was that? Yeah, do you know, I just heard a noise there. I'm too busy gapping. It's crazy. I've got to find a route in. Look at the sight. Now that is the size. My foot goes down there. You go down that in your car. I wish I had like a LiDAR thing. I mean, that is 4 or 5 inches deep. That's mad. So let's carry on up here a little bit. I didn't think I'd actually have to walk this far to actually get on. So it kind of makes sense then that if we did see something on Saturday night, then it's, yeah, if we can't get on there easily, then, wait, what's this? Aha, we have an inn. Okay, I'm going in. Keep to the path. Oh shit, there's adders. Keep to the path, beware adders. Right. Okay, so I've got to get across this. I'm not as nimble as I used to be. Okay, 1 foot over. And hopefully, if we can get out the other shit, I ain't very. Okay. That's not the most stable of, like, ugh. That ain't the most stable of. That caught me out a bit. Right, it is saying there are adders. I've never seen that as a warning before. But this is incredibly dense. I thought this was going to be easy. I've got to think about this. So I wish I had a stick now, just to kind of prod and poke where I'm going. Alright, so let's be careful and we'll go around the route that doesn't have adders in, apparently. Stick to the path, it says. There's these funny mounds, I'm not sure what those are, dotted around. You can see, if you look carefully, there's some on the ridge there. So this path has to go somewhere, and I'm hoping it goes somewhere and comes back round again. I'm not really sure what I'm expecting to find, but some dog poo, deer scat, So we've got animals coming through here. Just be careful I don't upset anything unnecessarily. I'm not sure if I can get around there. Okay, here is. The path does continue. I mean, to stick to the path, but it's not a bloody good path, to be honest. I mean, I would have been just as well just going straight across. Okay. No, it's not doing it for me. I feel like I'm sort of encroaching on somebody's area here, so let's just kind of head back. Whew. So far, this is proving to be quite an inaccessible area, but we'll see with care, with both eyes open. So yeah, you're obviously wondering what I'm doing wandering around a random path with lots of poo on. It was Saturday night, it was 7:55, and it's not time for Top of the Pops, but it was 5 minutes from us reaching the Parkgate Inn, I think it's called, the Parkgate pub, and our intention was to rendezvous with a couple of lovely new people that we've met on Saturday night through the BUFOG group. That's the Birmingham UFO group. I put a general invitation out saying if anyone who wants to join us, it's going to be a lovely night. If you want to join us, we can do a skywatch, and indeed we did do a skywatch. I learned so much about maybe what's around. Yeah, I learned quite a bit about what's knocking around, and from Patrick, and I heard some great stories from Sunrise 2. That is the name of the lady that was with us. Let's just go over here. I don't really want to be kind of like, yeah, these are not the nicest things to actually, giant sort of prickly bits on, so I'm just going to move out of the way. Hopefully, if I go this way, then maybe. Yeah, deer have definitely been down here. There's lots of little markings now. Got to be careful. It's shaded. It's cool. Possibly does mean that there's maybe something knocking about here, like a snake or something. I am inclined to pick up a twig of some kind and just, poke as I go, if you know what I mean. But so just got to be careful. Obviously, it's an area that's well known for so it's a bit of a creaky old stick, but I think it's going to be prudent of me to actually use this to make sure that there's nothing kind of knocking around in front of me, because you never know. I mean, I've never seen a sign saying be careful, adders. So yeah. So yeah, we're 5 minutes away from meeting this couple, and we were driving down New Hayes Road, following the sat nav. And so what I've done is I've gone back to the original point on the sat nav where I remember first saying, what a lovely place this is, wouldn't this be fantastic? Imagine coming to Cannock for the first time and you're coming out of the urban area and suddenly, woof, you know, you've got these massive ferns and you've got these gorgeous, you know, you've got these beautiful, you know, trees and stuff, and it must be quite awe-inspiring, and you must think, wow. And if you're coming out for a paranormal investigation, then it's, you know, it's even more kind of impressive, really, because you know, you're right there amongst everything, and it's not like, you know, you're driving kilometres to get to these places. They are literally right on your doorstep. Yeah, breaking off twigs is, I mean, thankfully it is actually very dry, although interesting, I should be looking a little bit closer at the ground because clearly has been some wet in here, and yeah, I should be looking for footprints and stuff. So let's just retrace, because this ground is quite soft. So in fact, let me just go back a bit. I don't see anything obvious over there, to be honest, and it seems like there's been a lot of footprints over there anyway. So moving forward, yeah, I'm going to be careful. You know, I've only ever seen a snake in the wild once, in the UK that is, and that was on Cannock Chase, and that was with my dad. I don't think that was an adder, he said it was a grass snake. Took his word for it. But I know adder is one of a few venomous fellas to look out for. This actually stick's really useful. I could do with a walking, like a proper walking pole. So yeah, we turned out of Hayes Road, New Hayes Road, into Cumberledge Hill, and it was, I believe, as we turned into Cumberledge Hill, that we both glanced across to our left and saw something moving. I wouldn't say at a speed, it was kind of loping through the ferns, or there could have been a path, I don't know, but I was estimating that, and I did some measurements on Cannock, the actual castle ring, because we couldn't tell. I could see the torso of whatever it was, and the head and the arms. The arms were very long, and it was like swinging the arms in like a gibbon fashion. I don't know what that even means, but it's kind of like, you know, when you see gibbons walking in real life. They kind of just swing their arms. So yeah, we saw that, and but we couldn't stop, and having just driven down here now, looking around, there is 0 places to stop. Fortunately, very kindly allowed me to stop at the Rag Inn, or the Rag as it's known, and so that is where I am now. So I've been very careful as I'm walking through here, because it's kind of got me thinking now about bloody adders and stuff. So I'm not entirely sure 100% where I'm at. I think there's a river somewhere, so it sounds like there's a water supply from somewhere. So I'm going to head down here a bit anyway. I'm keeping my Jeez. So that, I don't know what that was, but it's been killed. probably eaten. Don't know how many people walk through here, so I keep saying this, but I'm being very careful. I want something getting a hump with me and lashing out. It's got funny little branches and stuff that's growing out of the ground. I mean, maybe they don't look like that normally, but alright, I don't know if this looks hurtful or not, to be honest. Wouldn't be a great place to get bit. There's a little bit of a clearing. Never cant the chickens too soon. I mean, imagine if we did see something, it's almost bloody impossible to figure out where it's coming from. I was going to measure the height of the ferns, but I can tell you now, some of them are above my head height. What I'm hoping for is to find some semblance of a path that takes us between them, and I can sort of see gaps. Nothing substantial. Oh, right me bloody eye. Oh, right me bloody foot. By the end of it, I'm going to be absolutely peak-tongued. I know I am. I'll just poke myself in the eye and stub my foot on something. Right, moving forward. There is a kind of track that goes around now. I don't want to kind of like go too far away. So somebody's been up here with a dog. That much is clear. It's almost a kind of a path. I'm going to make sure there's nothing lurking about underneath here. Don't want to step on anything, for goodness sake. Okay, let's just hold 5. I mean, if anything wanted to come out and hide, it's not impossible. 100%, so one thing is 100% we saw a figure walking through here. There has to be another route through. That is impassable. Somebody's built a little fence there. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll be honest, I can smell a god awful smell. I'm not making this up just for the effect of the video. I've just checked my feet. My first assumption is birds. Yeah, my first assumption is it's me. Is there? Someone's built. Oh, wait a minute, because I can see something. Right, again, be careful, it's cool, it's dark. I'm not sure where adders like to live, but this will be not a great place to get. Jesus. Again, the barbed wire. I mean, it doesn't look like a shelter or anything, but it's like they've fenced these ferns off. I'm not even sure why. Okay. I mean, as far as I know, and I did look on a map, I am in an area that's not out of bounds. Okay, this bit's definitely fenced off. Okay, that was a near bloody slip. Can I get through there? I've got to be honest, I didn't think I would be bushwhacking today. It's not what I planned. Okay. Kind of now wishing I wore something with a little bit more sleeve because okay, so we've managed to find a semblance of some kind of path. Now what I'm hoping for is that this path reveals, again I've got to be careful around here, I'm hoping that this path reveals a higher piece of ground through, but I'm not holding out my hope because this doesn't look 100%. This is so dumb. Okay, I'm going to go this way because as much as I'd like to carry on hiking through this stuff, I seriously don't trust it when I see a sign that says beware adders, which I've never seen on Cannock Chase. I have to give credence to that, and because so far this has been quite a nut route. I don't even know where I am there. I suppose fortunately if I do get lost, I do get a signal in here, and that means I can get back to wherever I was. And that's the thing, a lot of people don't realise that when you're filming stuff and you're out and about in places like this, you're... Look at this. I don't know what's up there, but the height of that, that's mad. Is there anything down there? Probably best to carry on down here, that's better. Yeah, so when you're filming a Cannock Chase, you don't really know what's going to poke your eye out, so generally, and I do this wherever I go, if I'm filming, I'm generally looking at where my feet are, and if a camera captures something, stands a good chance I've not been looking at it. This is crazy. This is probably a reflection of how dry we've had it this summer. I'm guessing that this would normally have a decent amount of kind of watering, but what it's used for is let's not waste the opportunity. Let's have a quick look at maybe what's crossed here. So it is worth, got a bit of mud there, and just get a bit wet further down, but let's just follow the mud down. At least I know if there's something on the ground I can see it. Yeah, it gets a little bit wetter down there, so I'm going to just jump back to where I was walking. At least I feel I've got a path I can walk down now, which is more than I could say before. That's a big bloody... That's what you've got to be careful of, you know. Watch where you're going. I mean, I just... You know, we definitely saw something. And the more I see, the more I'm having to almost rule out it being somebody of a normal height. Like, I'm about 5'9". So even if it was somebody 6 foot, and bearing in mind these tower over me, so let's have a look. I can see footmarks down there, possibly, I would hazard a guess, possibly deer. Obviously I'm not going to climb down because that is going to be, there's going to be a bit of sinkage going on there. I do have my meter with me. If anything did appear, then I'm not sure what the possibilities are of getting away from it quickly, but it is useful to know that there is a path. It would be good to know that if this path is more easily accessible. Yeah, I'm glad I'm in shade actually, because over there it's getting hot. So am I expecting to see anything today? Very much not. It's kind of weird. At the times when I've kind of felt like something's knocking about, then those are the times that okay, just got my tripod on, so again you got deer marks So I'm about 3 foot away from, 3 foot and 4 foot away from the trifield, 3 foot from my feet, and about 4 foot from the phone. And just to kind of show, they're not that sensitive. It does go up a little bit, yeah, but my phone is literally 2 inches away from it to do that, which is why trifields are very good. They look a bit clunky. They look like something that was built in science class, but if it spikes, you absolutely 100% know it. So I'm just going to take it off super steady, and I just heard something then, and it was coming up from the rise. I mean, that's 45 degrees up there. I could possibly get up there. I'm not going to get up there. I'm staying down here. So, alright, turn the meter off. I can hear something behind me, not too far away. It's just cracking twigs. Okay, let's carry on. So yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting because of, you know, what's, you know, dried up, you know, some would call it a creek bed, a little dried up stream, if you're, and obviously there's quite a lot of animal activity down here, so again, I just heard something. This is just getting kind of weird. So I'm just looking down, I can't see anything obvious. There are, it looks like deer prints. Nothing big, I mean, not ruling anything out, but it's been dry for so long that this is nice. This is a nice little route actually. God knows where I am, but and do I want to continue on this side, or should I? There seems to be a path, the path that goes around here. I mean, it is a path, it's going up, so I've got to be careful because it's going up and it's at a bit of an angle. So again, just keep my eye on stuff down here. Look, like I said, God knows where I'm going to end up. You know, if I travel far enough, I come out to, oh, that's a proper path there. So this is crazy, these places. You can see actually, you see how far that is down there now. Okay. So, like I said, two things I can confirm. The ferns down here are massively high. Probably higher than the ones on, look at that.